Welcome to the Mandcave, the only podcast hosted by two best friends with nothing in common except their first names. I'm Mandy Kaplan.
I'm Mandy Fabian. Every week we like to test the limits of our friendship by arguing over movies, books, horrible television shows,
amazing television
silly
shows,
novels, whatever. Grab a couch. Let's get to it.
Cut this shit.
Hi.
I shortened it because I feel like we're getting a regular fan base now and I don't want to waste their time. Hi.
So before we dive in to our main topic,
what
else have you been up to?
I need to run something by you.
I'm here.
All right. So yesterday, this was so fun. This is like something that happened. I feel like I'm in a John Hughes movie. Or the beginning of a really cute like Wonder Years series, because
you do wear overalls a lot, which I feel is appropriate for both of those. So
yeah.
You're already dressed for it. Yeah,
it's completely on brand. So I got this text from a friend of mine who plays guitar. We've played guitar together and like sung sometimes at the beach. We do because we're like a Sunkist commercial. Oh, for those who don't remember, Sunkist was an orange soda, and they used to have commercials where people were playing volleyball at the beach and playing guitar and singing and having a bonfire.
Okay.
And that's my life. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So he's like, hey, I just found out that Kristen plays drums. Would you ever want to jam? And I was like, I've never done this. Like had somebody else just be like, hey, we're going to get some musicians together. You want to play? And that's what we did. So I brought my PA system, my COVID PA system that I bought for COVID so we could do concerts in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And I went over to a gal's house and the kids went swimming and he played electric guitar and I played acoustic and some girl played keyboards. And then we had a drummer and we just jammed on songs. It was amazing.
No lead singer? I'm right here.
Yeah. No, well, sure. You were busy. I know you had plans.
Yeah, I did have plans.
Yeah, but you could come jam with us anytime. You really could. It was really, really fun.
Oh, that's
it was really
great.
fun. But I need to know, like, he wanted to call us like the cover-ups or he actually wanted to call us old farts, but I think that's dumb.
Okay.
So he listens to the podcast. So guess what? I thought your idea was dumb, but I wanted to call us your parents because I think it's a great name for a band, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're all parents. And that way, you'd be like, oh, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm going to go see your parents at the Staples Center.
Oh, so this band is going all the way. And it's not the Staples
sure.
Center anymore. It's the Crypto Center, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's the Crypto Center. Yeah.
I mean, none of those names, sorry, unnamed friend, and sorry to you, none of them are like, oh, that's the one for me. I haven't heard the one yet. Keep
I'll keep pitching.
Brainstorming.
You don't think your parents is funny? Because then in between songs, we give life advice to the audience members.
People have gotten so much life advice from you on this podcast. I'm afraid you're going to run out.
Oh, God, I hope they're not taking it, are they? Do you don't think they're actually taking it?
No, sweetie, no.
Okay, good. Okay, no, then I'll just keep giving it.
No one's taking our advice. Which is why the world is not fixed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
You're right. I wish we could have after somebody listens to that we should offer that as bonus content. I'm going to here today offer this up. If anyone would like to have what do you call it? You go over the end of the podcast. You go over a podcast, like you have a little wrap up call. If anyone wants to call us and have like a 3-way call. Yeah, postmortem. Because we had a listener reach out and say that she disagreed with both of us on many levels.
Yes. Catherine, a listener named Catherine, but wouldn't specify who she disagreed with about what for a league of their own. So
yeah. I'm positive it was mostly you, but I think we should talk about it. That's what I'm saying. So we'll offer that up. Our private number to anyone who wants to pay $5 a month to become a Fandy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Yeah.
It's
and
so
a man
easy.
job.
Yes. Well, speaking of listeners reaching out, another listener reached out and said, I went to go buy the book, How to Kill Your Family. But I panicked that I just can't be seen reading a book with that name. She couldn't pull the trigger because she was like, it's just too weird to have people seeing you on the subway or and you're like reading this book called How to Kill Your Family. I say it's delightful.
Oh, well, I told you, like when you Google how to kill your family, some pretty disturbing things come up like that. I tried to look the book up and then I was definitely
only on
thwarted.
Amazon, only on Barnes & Noble or Amazon, right? You can't do a general search for that.
You don't care what people think of you or if they think you're going to kill your family.
No,
You
I
don't
actually,
care about that.
I was reading it at the pool yesterday and there were a bunch of kids, not my kids, but like screaming children, just, that ear piercing over and over and over. And Jer and I imagined like if the camera was panning and it was like kids playing, parents all hanging out. And then you just get to me and I'm reading How to Kill Your Family and taking notes.
I got to read this book. I'm going to read this book. It's my
fun.
next book.
It
Great.
is fun. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah. Choose it for your book club.
What did you do this week besides read How to Kill Your Family?
Oh, gosh. I feel like I didn't take in much. We started Bad Sisters, the Sharon Horgan show.
Oh.
On Apple.
How is it?
It's good. It's very typical. It's entertaining, and it's good. And she's so wonderful, but it's not earth-shattering in any way. I wished it were, different and edgier. It's typical, but I like it.
That's great. I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it.
I know you are. Yeah, but not much. I am just preparing for Miscast, September 25th.
Yes.
Sunday night in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It doesn't feel soon. I love being in the phase I'm in where, it's like setting up rehearsals and choreographing and doing all the creative, fun stuff. So,
yes.
If anybody's in the Los Angeles area, this lineup, holy moly, is it good. And it's a lot of singers, a lot of people returning that haven't done it in a very long time because of the pandemic and because of lives moving on. So it feels like a big homecoming. So I'm very excited.
That's nice. Yay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Good news.
Yes. But mostly I just watched and thought about The Bachelorette.
Yeah, of course you would. It kind of gets into your psyche, when you see it, for sure.
Now, I know that you are, unfamiliar with the whole Bachelor Nation and all of this, but
totally.
As I was watching it, I was like, oh, I need to fill her in. Oh, I need to catch her up. So I thought maybe America, the Fandies, would like a 1-minute wrap up of what got us to this episode 7 of The Bachelorette.
Oh, great.
I'm going to do my best.
Okay, great. You're going to tell them the plot of the show?
Yeah. So last season, there was a dude who took these 2 women, Gabby and Rachel, and played with their minds and was like, I don't love you. I love somebody else. I'm going to let you go. And then called them back and was like, wait, I do love you. I didn't see any of this, but this is what
This was on The Bachelor.
The Bachelor last time. Yeah.
Okay.
And these 2 women both got really played. And I guess America felt like they handled it really well and they were classy and didn't take his crap. So the brilliant producers of The Bachelor who I'm over it. I don't watch The Bachelor anymore, but I was like, 2 Bachelorettes. How is that going to work? So they had them both come on. And as I said last week, they all met all the guys on the first night and they all flirted and then they gave out roses. Same shit that they always do. But then it started to get really tense the next few weeks because, as I said, Rachel was like, will you accept this rose? And a guy was like, no, I like Gabby. I don't want your rose. I want to be here for Gabby. And it got really ugly. And I felt so bad. And Rachel, who cries all the time, every episode, she is a hot mess. Every guy, she was like, I really like you. And they were like, listen, I got to tell you, I don't like you. I like Gabby. And it kept happening all episode long. And I couldn't stop watching. It was such carnage.
Wow. Yeah. That is carnage.
Every episode, Rachel says, I can't do this. I can't be the Bachelorette. I need to leave. I'm done. I can't do this. every episode. And then they tease it for the next episode, like right after she has currently said it. But Gabby, steady as she goes, although every episode she says she's too broken to love, which is so sad, she has never threatened to quit. But then they teased it that she's quitting. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Which one's Gabby?
Gabby's the one that sounds like this.
They both kind of sound like that. But I think Gabby's the one who... Gabby's the one everybody wanted. She's the one who jumps and wraps her legs around everyone, right?
Everyone does that. That's required.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's
Gabby met
the nurse. She's the nurse, right? The one who's the ICU nurse.
Oh, she might be. I know that Rachel's a pilot. The other one, Rachel looks like Carrie Underwood, and she's a pilot, and Gabby is like wide-eyed and taller.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so everybody wanted to be with Gabby, not Rachel, and it got tense. But now Rachel has her guys and Gabby has her guys. Okay.
Every lock has its key.
Oh, well, that's one hopes.
So, I mean, so let's dive in. This was hometowns. Yeah. This is a big deal in the Bachelor world.
Yeah, definitely.
And have you ever seen The Bachelor before?
No, I've never watched one episode of any of this franchise ever.
Wow.
Ever. And I was still a little confused, but I think maybe because there were 2 bachelorettes and then there were multiple men on either side. So I got that they were the ones picking, but it was also, it was a little confusing, but I kind of gathered what it was. So let me just say this. At one point, I think it was like an hour and a half or hour and 45-minute show, right? something like that.
Yeah,
it was over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And at one point I thought, oh, wow, I dislike this so intensely. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. Like, I really don't know if I can make it for the full hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I was so hating every second of it and hating that you ever came into my life and could suggest this.
Yeah.
Like, it was deep. And then I paused it to see, I was like, ugh, how much time do I have left? And I had watched 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I was hating it so much. And I'm so ready. This is going to be a really good podcast because I'm so ready to call you out on some serious discrepancies with what you say bothers you and then what you will allow in this atrocity, train wreck, garbage can of a show.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
All right.
First of all, and here's what I'm going to just point out. You don't like funny voices and weird voices and vocal things.
Right.
And the first 30 seconds of this show, there is nothing but the most serious, outlandish, cartoonish cases of vocal fry I have ever heard in my life. Everybody sounds the same, and they're all talking like this, and I have something special, and I have deep feelings for that person, and I have deep feelings for her, but I don't. Oh my God. Pete, why don't you play the first 30 seconds for us?
The past couple weeks, Gabby and I have been traveling around Europe, sailing on the ship. It was just truly the most romantic thing I've ever experienced. And now we're going to be separating, and I couldn't be more excited for hometowns. I'm going to be visiting Zach, Tyler, Tino, and Avon.
This is the most excited I've been on this journey, definitely. I know how much family means. I'm only visiting 3 men, Jason, Johnny, and Eric. I'm sure meeting their families will bring out different sides of them that I can't wait to see. It should really strengthen my connection with each of them.
Okay, how is that not a problem for you? How do you get through this?
I love it so much. God. I noticed some of the baby voice and vocal fry and those things. I definitely noticed them.
Uh-huh.
But this is my guilty pleasure. This is like, I know it's garbage. I'm not telling you no, it's thoughtful and it's important and I know it's garbage and I love it. And I will defend it.
Okay. That's all right. You can. Okay.
I feel like everyone can see my faces. I'm like, I don't know if I can defend it, but that's my face. I'm saying I'll defend it, but I don't really know.
It doesn't have to be quality television,
right.
But I guess the thing is for me. So the other thing is around the 4 minute mark when I was like, what am I watching and why? Mm-hmm. I think because it felt so phony. And I know it's a reality show. It's all scripted, but like, it was so fakey that I was like, wait a second, this isn't real. And it's also not scripted well. So what am I watching? Like, and I think that the point was really driven home for me when he takes her to New Orleans, to his hometown. And they're like, oh my God, does this always happen? There's a live band playing on the street, which I can buy that maybe they actually did run into a live band, or maybe the producers put them there. Right. But either way, 1000%, then he starts dancing with her spontaneously in the middle of the street, which 1000% was not a real spontaneous moment. The producers were like, hey, here's an idea. Why don't you dance with her? And why don't you dance with her for like a good 45 minutes to an hour so we can get multiple angles and low angle and weird shots of you guys dancing spontaneously because you're so into each other. And then, the other reason I know it was totally manufactured is because that man would not ask a person to dance in his entire life. There's no way he would voluntarily dance in public with another human being. The first guy. So they were Jason, terrible. Oh my God. It was the most awkward, like, I'm going to dance with you because I'm so romantic and let's pretend like we're having fun. And I watched this. I'm like, well, these people aren't having fun and they're not falling in love. And what am I watching? I don't understand what I'm watching. This is all fake. There are no stakes.
I disagree that there are no stakes because these crazy people that go on this show, some of them, a lot of them go on for publicity and and to raise their Instagram following. But but like this Gabby, she is there for love, honestly. And some of these people genuinely fall in love and genuinely get their hearts broken. And so there are stakes. Yes, it's all manufactured, but within that construct, people do go on this show and fall in love. And I don't care about them falling in love as much as I do enjoy the drama. And I enjoy, the dad. Was he the dad? Oh no, he was the really nice dad. There's a dad coming up who's like, no, this is bullshit. Like this, you're on a TV show. This is not real. And I so respected that.
Has that ever happened before?
I'm sure.
It would have
I have not watched it. I watched it years and years ago when Casey was a baby. Some girlfriends in my condo buildings were watching it. And I was like, you watch The Bachelor? That is shameful. That is so, oh, wait, what's happening? And I got totally sucked in. So I watched it back then.
Oh my God.
And then I haven't really watched it since. And that was like 11 years ago. But then
but you've been following The Bachelorette this season.
Yeah. This season, I happened to see I was channel changing, getting into bed, and I was like, 2 Bachelorettes. And I just thought that was so intriguing that I left it on and I haven't turned it off.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it's just, it's not my speed just because I can't get a hold of it. Like I watched one episode. Right. If I had watched an entire season
when you
had some, no, that's never going to happen again. No, I did my hour and a half. I can't. I dislike it so intensely. I really do.
Within it, though, can we talk about the characters within it? Because this guy, Jason, I wrote like milk toast, blech. Although I said I would prefer Jason's dad. I thought he was a doll.
Which one was Jason? Is he the New Orleans guy or is he the Florida guy?
I don't even know where they were. I didn't write that down. I wrote that why are they in black and white garb? It looks like a Cirque du Soleil show. But I don't even remember what that means. But they met in the park and the dad was like so sweet and loving. And then the mom like hugged him and cried. And I was like, oh yeah, I would totally cry when I saw my son after not seeing him for months
yeah, you should definitely cry if your son's on The Bachelor.
Yes, exactly.
I would hope that you would cry. Even as excited as you are to be a fan of the show and how you'd be getting selfies with everybody, I think you should also cry.
Okay. Done.
When your son's on The Bachelor.
Absolutely. And then, so Gabby is only meeting 3 families because she let the guy go that was the guy. His name was Nate. And they hit it off right away. And it was intense love. Like they loved each other. And he had a daughter. And Gabby has this like awful story that her mom basically was like, oh, I don't want to be a mom anymore, and like abandoned her. And so Gabby was like, I'm too broken to be a mother right now. I can't let myself fall in love with you. You have a 6-year-old daughter. Like I can't become a mom when this is all done. And she let him go. And it was so sad. And even the guys were like, she let Nate go. She's supposed to be with Nate. Like, it just felt like he was the one. It was clear. Everybody knew it. And then she let him go. So these three guys all feel like runners up. They don't feel like the guy. He was the guy.
Interesting.
See, isn't it?
No.
You just said
the way you're talking about it is interesting. But see, this is also like, I had a hard time with social media when it started. Like, the idea of all of this stuff happening so publicly like this is awful. It's awful to watch. I don't slow down for car accidents. I don't want to watch people getting broken up with. It's terrible.
But you do admit in our pre-show that if you're not a Fandy, you're not hearing the pre-show. Mandy admitted all her emotions from the weekend.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Publicly.
Yeah, but if we had a camera crew, and I didn't end our friendship on the podcast. I'm saving that for the game.
Oh.
But no, but you know what I mean? If we were like had to have a serious discussion about if it was about me breaking your heart or I don't know, like I don't know.
Well,
really
don't give it a lot more thought. I don't want you to really play that out where you're like, so when I break up with Mandy.
No, but I mean that intimate, it's so intimate, private stuff.
Right.
And they're saying it like there's a lot of repeat of how great somebody is.
Yes.
About sweet and wonderful, and everybody's so great and sweet and wonderful. And it's, just like dating in real life. It's like, yeah, but I guess you're not going to stay with all of them forever. Like so much of it, I couldn't stop thinking about how they had to service the show.
Right.
And keep information I
wonder also how it's evolved. Like, I didn't ever watch it in the beginning. That might have been more raw. Like season 1, 20 years ago, it might have felt more like we're just spying on some people as they're dating.
Oh, that's interesting.
But now they know what works. They know what doesn't. So they are manipulating us.
Oh my God.
Every second.
Totally. Let's go meet the family. Chit chat, 20 seconds, maybe 5 if the family's not that interesting. And then, well, should we go have a chat in the other room? Like, that never happens. That's not a real thing.
No. It's a bachelor thing.
Oh my God. The mom's going to talk to him, and then the dad's going to talk to him, and then the sisters, and then they're going to confess. And like, blah, blah, blah. It's so formulaic and boring to me. And here's the other thing I'm going to call you out on.
Yes.
How in God's name can you watch and listen to people kissing that much?
No. I definitely fast forward. The kissing is awful.
It's 50% of the show.
I fast forward the kissing. I do.
Oh my God. I mean, I, enjoy a PDA. I couldn't. I was like, how is she listening to them kiss
for
like
me,
this for hours and hours?
It's a black and white thing. It's like, I either want absolute chastity or porn. I don't want the in-between stuff. Like, none of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The other thing, like, doesn't it bother you that they're literally like, he's lifting her up in a cornfield and the sun's behind them, and it's
that is required by Bachelor law. You must jump, straddle, twirl when you see a guy. Any guy. They just walk through the street. These Bachelorette. Yeah. Oh, you have strong thighs by the end of the season.
They go through a lot of roses.
They just jump and straddle and twirl every guy they see. That is required.
I'm going to straddle twirl Patrick next time I see him. He's not going to know what hit him.
Will you please have the girls film it so I can see that? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll send you the video from the emergency room.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Dr. Bracken. Dr. Reed Bracken.
You still remember his name.
Who doesn't? Okay. Well, okay. We got to move on. We have a lot to get through. I'm going to pretend this is legitimate. Well, because then Rachel goes home with Zach.
Oh, we're still talking about them. Okay.
Yeah. And no, this is Rachel now. We were on Gabby, and then we went to Rachel. Rachel and Zach are the real deal. From the moment they had their first date, they just felt right. And I think that she's going to end up with him.
Uh-huh.
But I also think it's bizarre that Patrick Warburton was there. They worked in a celebrity cameo. He's this guy's uncle. And he seemed drunk and weird. And
so drunk. Yeah.
Right? Didn't he seem drunk?
That was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
And he didn't even seem that drunk until the end when he shows up at the end. And then I'm like, oh my God, Patrick Warburton is an alcoholic. That should be the name of the show. I'd watch it every week.
Yeah. So for you Putty fans, there's something here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have a lot to say. She's going to pick Zach. That's my prediction. I would have put money on it.
Huh. Yeah. They seemed good
jump.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Then back to Gabby. She goes home with Johnny, and Johnny is gross and feels weird. And he's, there's something about him that I'm like, oh, he could be a serial killer or at least a frat boy rapist. He's just, ugh.
I don't think he's a frat boy rapist, but I do think he's a lot of muscles and tattoos. But he's got like a hippie vibe. To me, he's got that kind of, I'm feminine in some ways kind of vibe. But dude, he doesn't seem violent to me.
Yeah.
Just a lot of tattoos and muscles. I don't think there's a lot of there, I guess.
Yeah.
It feels, but she's super into him.
Which is so weird. I find
he's
him
hot.
So unappealing. Oh,
she thinks he's hot.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. And
I don't think he's hot.
I think that it just all feels cursory. I put perfunctory and cursory. Like,
oh, big words. Yeah,
their hugs. No to Johnny. No.
Yeah, but she's super into Johnny. She can't let Johnny go because I think she's the most attracted to Johnny. That's what I think. Just based on what she said, she's like, Johnny's super hot. I'm like, I don't know how Johnny made it here.
Yeah.
He's from Florida. Strike one.
Apologies
to our Florida listeners.
Yeah. Sorry, Myrna. But then we get to my boyfriend, Tyler. We're back to Rachel. Rachel goes home with Tyler. And he is the cutest. He's so cute. You can't deny it. He's so cute, right? He's so my type.
Oh, the one at, they had the whole Coney Island.
Yes.
They had the whole, the whole boardwalk. Yeah.
And
he's super cute.
So cute. Now,
he's a winner.
But I also think, he's a bit of a weirdo because like from the moment he laid eyes on her in all his interviews, maybe he just played the game. He was like, I think I'm falling in love with Rachel. And it was like, you met her 6 seconds ago. He was so into her before he knew her. But also he saw her last season. Like you could watch these people in the last season. So I guess that's what he was responding to. He really liked her from before.
Definitely. It's a great idea to fall in love with people on television.
I do it all the time.
That's the way. Sure. Mm-hmm.
But I'm so happy she actually, I don't know that this has ever happened. She's in his hometown. They have this magical, wonderful date. And then she says, I'm not going to go home and meet your family because I'm not feeling it with you. And I don't think that's right, which I admire.
Sure. That's a classic Kaplan.
Free for me. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So Tyler, if you're listening, he could be my son. I feel like he could be my grandson. He's so dreamy.
It was very uncomfortable to watch him break. He was because he was so like, this isn't happening. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. I'm totally in love with you. I know you're going to feel it. It's all fine. It's all good. You're going to feel it. And I was like, oh, don't do that. She's like, she was sitting there crying in front of him. And clearly you don't cry like that before you're going to say, I just think you're the one. Let's make this real. You know what I mean? She's obviously like, I just, and he's smiling and he's like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm like,
he became like a cult member. He the wall went up and he was just denying what was happening right in front of him. But I love cults and I love Tyler.
Yeah. No, you're allowed. He's very, very cute. I thought he was the most winning of all of them. So the fact that she was like, I'm not feeling it, that tells me a lot. But I guess if you have a good picker, maybe you're not a good candidate for these shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's probably why you haven't been asked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have a good picker.
Yes, I'm very good at that. But also, they are not into 48-year-old moms. It's weird.
What? That should be the other. Now that show I would watch.
Right? Also, married and madly in love with my husband, which I think is a turnoff to some guys.
Ugh. Yeah. Only some.
Let's pitch it. Let's put it out there.
Sure. You're going to be the only Bachelorette.
Yeah. No, you and I should both be Bachelorettes.
Sure. Yeah, I would crush it.
It reminds me of that Saturday Night Live sketch, like Meet Your Second Wife. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
It was really funny. And they, the first guy was like, ooh, I have a hot second wife. She's, these are married guys. And right. And it's like, she's 30 and young. And then the next one was like 18. And then they just kept getting younger and grosser. And it was very funny.
I think we'd be great on that show. Like we'd have to be home by 9:30.
Yes.
Really sexy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No bathing suits, no hot tubs, no nothing for me. So, The Bachelor wants people who like to wear muumuus, as I do. That's
definitely. Oh God.
We're almost done. So, why do they always straddle, jump, and twirl? And then, so she goes home with Eric, who is very handsome. He's from Jersey. He has no personality, but he's very handsome. And I think that's who Gabby's going to choose. But I think Gabby, I feel like she took a course in active listening. And I didn't write down a time code, but every time, like, as a guy is talking, she's like, yeah, yes, And it never stops. Like, she has to keep doing that and nodding. And I'm like, she's a very active listener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part was very disturbing to me. And I wonder if they have that in other seasons of Bachelor and Bachelorette. Like, essentially, you're like, oh, we're going into this family's home and the dad is clearly dying of cancer. Wow. That's right. He's really sick. And on top of that, they're like, I hope you know what you're doing. The mom is barely holding it together because why is this camera crew in her home? And why is her son bringing this camera crew into their home?
Right.
And then also the son says something to the effect of like, yeah, I wish I could spend more time with you, Dad. But like, they keep us so isolated and I'm so busy. And I'm like, strike 3, you are out. Whole show done. You don't what the fuck? What the fuck? I can't. I'm on The Bachelor. I know you're dying, but like, and then that was pretty disturbing to me.
Terrible taste. I agree.
Not fun, not entertaining.
No, I agree.
Like that was, wow, they let that happen.
Yeah.
But I guess some people are into it, or I don't know. And then when Gabby was like, I love you too, I feel that way about you too, I thought, well, yeah, if you go to if you see what's going on in that family, like, shit, what are you going to do? Leave him? Like, that's tough, man.
That was too real for reality television.
Yeah, I was really surprised at that.
Yeah. And then the last guy is Tino, and no one cares about Tino.
No one talks about Tino. No.
He's too chiseled. Like, his face he's just not appealing to me. And
but they put Tino last because she was like, I think I have feelings for you too, Tino.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It seemed like, I don't know, who knows? Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't.
And then the tease for next week, the tears, like, and Gabby saying, am I too broken again? But they tease like that Gabby's going to leave. Oh, and the host, Jesse Palmer, comes out and he's like, what I'm about to say is going to change everybody's lives forever, or whatever. He says something so over the top. And I was like, why do they let them say things like that? But
and I was hoping, I was like, ooh, the show's getting
tonight
canceled.
Is the Men Tell All. Oh. I love those shows. They basically just sit around and yell at each other. It's like a Housewives reunion.
Right.
It's
so interesting. So you don't like the fighting on The Bear, but you like to hear a bunch of people fake fighting in a room and saying things that ultimately mean nothing.
Yeah.
That aren't part of a narrative or larger story or anything.
You summed me up perfectly.
It's really interesting to me. It's not, I wouldn't expect that from you. You know what I mean?
I seem a lot classier, but
it's not even a classy thing. It's literally, there's so many little details in these shows that are specific pet peeves of yours that I feel like there's no plot in this. No plot. It's, no. It is meandery, fakey. Like, it's so like spoon feedy. There's no stakes.
Have I told you about my pet peeve for people who put Y at the end of everything?
Well, I'm sure Gabby did it once or twice. Oh my God. Yeah.
So 5 man jobs for you?
Sure. Definitely. Yeah. I would give this -2.
I give it 4.
Oh my God, no.
I love it.
4. Even with the cancer thing?
Well, that's why it's not a 5. It's escapism, and I so appreciate it. And I know it's garbage. It's garbage,
no.
but
it's not for everybody. Like I get it. I get it. It's just different strokes. You know, it's escapism for me in that I wanted to escape from my couch. I wanted to get as far away from it as I possibly could.
Well, then I will watch every remaining episode twice to make up for the lack of your viewership.
Great. Just tell me how it ends.
I will. I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned next week for my wrap up of the Men Tell All.
Oh, boy.
Well, before we play our game, my dear, let's tell everybody that Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, engineering by Pete Wright, music by Ian Post. And if your podcast app allows ratings and reviews, which I think is just Apple, and you could do 5 stars on Spotify, please leave us a review. We love to hear from you. We will give you a shout out, and it helps us grow.
Yeah, we want people to hear us talk about all this stuff. That was a great way to say that, wasn't it? Hey, also, you can go to mancave.com/Discord. You can join us and chat with us on the Discord app and suggest other titles for us to watch and talk about and get a little breakdown of, we can answer some questions if you have any. You can also find us on social media, and you can become a Fandy, which is basically it's a membership. You go to mancave.com/Fandy and you can support the show. It's about $5 a month, like less than an oat milk latte. And you get really cool stuff. Like you get to hear the pre-show where we chat before the episodes start. You get bonus content. You get birthday videos. Oh, I owe a member a birthday video, which I'm going to do right after this. And and it's really fun. So yeah, you can join us there and support us. We appreciate it.
Join us and get your Mandcave swag on mandcave.com/merch. Really fun stuff with all our funny sayings and some with our faces, and it's all fantastic, and we love it.
I feel like maybe there's going to be a Your Parents shirt. We'll see.
Oh, all right.
We'll see.
Yeah, CDs available soon. CDs. So if you could just introduce yourself. Welcome to your interview to see if you qualified to be on The Bachelorette.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
What's your name, please?
It is Amanda Lou, but I go by Mandlou. Fabian.
And I see here that you're 25.
Yes.
And what does 25-year-old...
Well, that's my waist.
What does 25-year-old Mandlou do for a living?
I am a pediatric assistant.
Okay, great. Now, before we go on, I just want you to know this is just a casual interview. We want to find out who you really are. Please be authentic. Please be honest as we do background checks. And please be as slutty and dramatic as possible. Now,
I can, yes.
Where do you live, Mandlou?
I just filled out a quiz about who I am online, so I feel very prepared for this.
Oh, good. And where do you live?
I live in North Hollywood. I'm renting a really, really nice townhouse there.
Do you have roommates?
I do.
How many?
I have 6.
Oh, great.
And yes. And then we just got a really cute additional cat. We have 3 cats, and 2 of them are stars on Instagram, and we have big hopes for the 3rd.
This is funny, Mandy, because you're answering questions right before I ask them as if you're reading these questions as well, and you're not.
Oh, I'm also psychic, mildly psychic. Yes, I have been ever since I was 12.
Great. So do you have any funny first date stories?
I sure do. One time, I was on a first date with this guy, Gary, and he was a little bit older than me, sort of like, it was like a little bit of a father figure thing. And he was my band teacher. And we went out to this really great place. It was called, I think it was like, there was Italian. It was like Buca di Beppo, something. It was like a very exclusive place, and he bought everything. And it was really cute because I was eating my spaghetti, and then he picked up the other strand and put it in his mouth. And then I got an A in band. It was It was cute. Like it was like Lady and the Tramp, and it was so cute because I had just watched it for the first time.
Oh, that's great. That's a great story.
It was fresh in my memory because we had just gotten Disney Plus, and so yeah.
Oh, that's great. And if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I would go to Oklahoma City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because I like places that have city on the, like, it's not just Oklahoma, it's the city of Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
And also I saw I watch a lot of reality TV, Abby. And I really loved this one episode that was in Oklahoma City. There was this really cute guy, Hugh, and he owned his own ranch. And I thought that would be really cool to like own a man who owns land.
Okay. So, what if you got to go on a hometown date? Not everybody makes it that far. I'm sure you would. But if you got to go on a hometown date, where would you take the Bachelor and whom would he meet?
I guess I would take him wherever you can give the best hand job. But in terms of meeting people,
we are a network show.
Oh, wait. Is it my hometown that I would take him to?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, you're right. I would take him to meet, I was really good friends with this police officer who, policed our neighborhood and let me off of a few speeding tickets. And his name is Jeannie. And I would take the Bachelor to go meet Jeannie because it shows that I have no problem with authority figures. So that's important in a heterosexual relationship. And then I would take him to the Hill, which is like, it's really pretty because you can look over the town, but it's also like kind of like a makeout joint, kind of like that movie. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it was called Grius. And that lady who died was in it. Anyway, so it's a makeout point, and you stay in your car and then you like make out.
Okay. Now I forgot to give you the caveat. It says, think hard on this one, St. Louis. We're counting on you. Some ideas might be a brewery tour, a behind the scenes penguin tour at the St. Louis Zoo, paddle boats in Forest Park, finding out how Provel is made. I don't know what Provel is, but so if you fill this out online, that note is in there to help you with that one. And then, lastly, Manlu, this is going great. You are definitely a front runner, but I
love the idea of the paddle boat too. Cause like, it's always so cute. You're falling in love when you're ready to like splash somebody, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And then do you have any special talents? If there is a hobby or activity you like, tell us or show us.
Well, there's not room where I am right now, but I am a baton twirler.
Nice.
I started when I was 7, and then I did it in a high school band, Avi. And then I started a camp for girls after college to like teach them to twirl and stuff like that.
Oh, great.
But we had to shut it down for insurance reasons. But I'm hoping that some of those girls, they find glass eyes and we can get started again.
That's so beautiful. So you also do charity work. That's nice.
I love working with kids for money.
Yeah. Well, Manlu, welcome to The Bachelor. Obviously, you're highly qualified. So
yes,
please bring those batons. A husband? Those are going to come in handy.
Do I get to say what I'm looking for in a mate?
Nope, didn't care about that. Not on the questionnaire. You're all done. Right. You did it.
Thank you so much. It's my dream to be famous. So thank you.
You mean to fall in love?
Yep. That too.
Can you believe that's real? I was like, where are the interview questions to get on The Bachelor?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I didn't make that up.
That's so interesting. So like if they know they have a guy from Oklahoma City and I say Oklahoma City, then I have a better chance of getting selected.
I don't know.
Lower the bar. That's how I get through life, right? If you shoot low, you're going to make it.
Yeah. I enjoyed the upspeak and the vocal fry. And I found it utterly delightful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So now I don't think you're going to hate me for this. I really wanted to find something that you were going to hate.
Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have an idea about that, but I'm not ready to pull it out just yet.
Oh, okay.
Also because, there were things about it that I also did not want to take. So anyway, this week we are going to watch a movie called I Love My Dad. I don't know if you've heard about this movie.
No.
And I want to make sure that I'm getting the title right because it's either
That would
I
be
Love
helpful.
You. No, it's I Love My Dad. It is.
Okay.
Okay. You have to. It's a little pricey. You have to rent it on the Amazon. I think it's like $6.99. It's not
All
your
right.
standard $3.99. So
Okay.
this is. But it's a movie that was based on a true story. I don't even know if I want to tell you. Okay, it's based on a true story. Patton Oswalt is in it, and it's a true story about a guy who got catfished.
I love catfishing.
By his dad.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm
love it.
gonna leave it there. There's reasons
Yes.
why.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
So that is going to be.
Thank you for
That's-
not exacting revenge on me, Brene Brown.
This was the
You've-
worst. This was the worst thing you ever could have asked me to watch. I don't think you can
Well,
top it.
I'm going to try. God damn it. I'm going to try. But this is how I got you back for The Secret and Brene Brown and all the... You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's more. All right. Yes. Until next time, I love you, Dad. We'll see
I
you.
love you, man.
I love you. See you next week.